You know, if your team works with APIs, you definitely know this feeling. It's that constant kind of low-level anxiety about where your secrets are. The real challenge isn't just building the thing, it's collaborating around it without springing a security leak. So today, we're going to dig into how Mostman helps move your team from that chaos of managing secrets to the confidence of shipping securely.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the everyday risks that pop up when teams collaborate on APIs. Then we'll get into Mostman's core idea of a vault for everything. After that, we'll see how that lets you share secrets securely, check out some extra controls for enterprise teams, and then wrap it all up by seeing how you can finally work securely and ship with real confidence.
All right, let's kick things off with a problem that I think we can all relate to, the API collaboration risk. This is really about that uncomfortable, nagging question of where your sensitive information actually is when your team is just trying to get work done.
Let's just pause on this for a second. Seriously, think about your own team. Right now, where are the API keys and credentials for your staging environment? What about production? Do you know, for sure, who has access to them?
For way too many teams, the answer looks, well, it looks a lot like this. Secrets get dropped into a chat for a quick fix. They end up living in some shared spreadsheet that everyone has access to. Or, even worse, they're hard-coded right into a file. And we've all seen a key get emailed to a new developer during onboarding. Every single one of these is just a security gap waiting to happen.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The process really shouldn't feel this chaotic, but for most of us, it just does. It's this universal pain point that comes from using a patchwork of different tools instead of one central, secure place to collaborate.
So how do you fix all that chaos? Well, that brings us to our second section, a vault for everything. This is all about building your entire workflow on a solid foundation of security, not just tacking it on as an afterthought.
So, how does Mostman actually build this foundation? It all starts with end-to-end encryption. Now, that's the textbook definition, but what does it really mean for your team day to day? The key thing to remember is that it stops anyone in the middle, anyone, from snooping on your data. Let's make that even simpler.
Yeah, forget the complicated jargon for a minute. Just picture this, a secure, private bank vault. By default, everything sensitive you have is locked away inside, and only your team and no one else holds the keys to open it. And what are we putting in this vault? Well, it's designed for basically everything that's sensitive. We're talking about all your critical cloud data, every single API key and credential, and yep, even your environment variables get encrypted and locked down inside.
Okay, so this idea of a secure vault, it leads us straight to a feature built specifically for sharing secrets the right way, and that's the API Keys Vaults.
This right here is the direct answer to that whole problem of secrets being scattered all over the place. The API Keys Vault isn't just some generic storage bin. It's a dedicated workspace designed to do three things really, really well: store, manage, and securely share your team's most important credentials.
The whole workflow is just designed for security from the get-go. So first, you store a secret in the vault, one time. That's it. Then, instead of ever sharing that raw key again, you just share a masked value. It's basically a pointer to the real secret. This makes that third step, rotating your keys, so much easier. Since everything is in one place, you can update a key and you know instantly that every single reference to it is updated too.
And here's what that actually looks like. On the left, you've got the risky way we've all done, pasting a raw API key right into chat for the whole world to see. And on the right, you have the Mostman way, a secure, masked value. It gives your team the access they need without ever exposing the secret itself.
Okay, so that's a super powerful foundation for any team. But what if your organization has even stricter compliance needs? That brings us to our fourth section, enhanced enterprise control.
This is a game changer for organizations that need the absolute highest level of control over their data. It's often called Bring Your Own Key, or BYOK, and it means your company literally uses its own encryption keys to secure your Mostman vault. You control the master lock and the master key.
And really, this quote says it all. This feature is all about providing ultimate control. It guarantees that your organization is the final authority over its own data's encryption, which is crucial for meeting the most demanding security policies out there.
So we've talked about the risks, the encryption, and all the features, but what's the big payoff? Let's bring it all home in our final section, work securely, ship confidently.
So let's do a quick recap. Mostman security really stands on three big pillars. You've got that centralized API Keys Vault, which gets rid of all those scattered secrets. All of this is built on that rock-solid foundation of end-to-end encryption.
And when you put those together, you enable secure collaboration, which means, finally, getting those secrets out of your chat logs for good.
And this is the real goal. It's about a fundamental shift in how your team works. You move away from all those different tools and that constant nagging anxiety about shared secrets, and you land in a single, secure workspace. A place where your team can finally stop worrying about security holes and start focusing on what they do best, building amazing things with total confidence.
So I'll just leave you with this final question. When you really look at how your own team manages APIs day in and day out, ask yourself, is our workflow truly built on a foundation of trust? Because it's not just about having the right tools, it's about having a process you can actually rely on to keep your data and your customers' data safe.